Well, she gets like she gets nervous. She's a very nervous.
Yeah, my cat's.
Really?
She's a yeah.
Does your cat comfort you?
Yeah, she's been in the past, I don't know, a few months. She's been sleeping with me every night, like right next to me.
And she never used to do that.
She didn't used to do that, and it's like, that's pretty sweet. But,
yeah, you always like when an animal's nice to you. I think there's like a genuine feeling.
Yeah, I mean that's why I have them.
You really mean it.
Yeah, you could be sleeping anywhere. There's 2 levels to this apartment.
Yeah, you're giving the concert speech where you go, you could be sleeping anywhere in the world right now, and now you're sleeping here next to me. Yeah, have you always had a cat?
I had one.
Are you rolling? Oh,
okay.
hell yeah, cool. That's how we started.
Okay.
Because it's not like a podcast where I'm like, what are your top 5 STDs? And have you gotten any?
Where's the weirdest place you've fucked?
Yeah. Did you ever eat shit? What is it?
I went on.
What does it taste like?
Man,
I look like I got emotional about that. Like I was like, I've eaten shit.
I went on guys I fucked, and I kind of had to do this thing like, I'm not going to tell hero stories.
That's so funny. It would be funny really though good, if you were like a low key just fuck machine, and you like went on there and you go, hedonism. I go every year. I'm known as the mayor. And you're like, dude, Todd Barry's a fucking
I've memberships to 4 different swing clubs.
Yeah, dude. If you're just the king of swing, we don't know you. Everyone knows you outside of it.
I go to Berlin twice a month.
Yeah, some guys watching The Wrestler on HBO, and he goes, I think that guy and I swapped wives. This guy's nuts. Are you into sports at all?
Not at all.
Not at all. That's why this is gonna be fun. I got a box of NBA basketball cards from 1989.
Holy shit.
So I would love to know, did you ever pay attention to sports?
I'm very much a very casual watcher. Like, I'll just be on Twitter like, I guess there's some game that people are fucking yammering on about.
I would kill to
some
be
sort
that
of
kind
sporting event.
I care too much. I'm the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, and then there's
my weekend will be ruined if the 49ers lose.
Like, I have mixed feelings about sports. Like,
yeah.
Like someone like you is a thoughtful guy who's a rabid sports fan, but then there's some people who are just fucking animals.
Yeah, well, there's people that need it as an identity.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like, I think any like with a band, comedy, sports, you go into that, that's some dark waters. But see if there's any guys in here, and I'd love to know this. What'll be fun about this is if there's any gum, I'll eat it. Usually I want the guest to eat it, but I will. There you go. If there's anybody that you remember, flip it over, flip them up the whole
stack. Johnson, I remember. I know that name.
So, yeah, Irvin Johnson. That's Magic.
Yeah, Magic Johnson.
That's a big one. You got an NBA All-Star, which I also think.
Harold Presley. I don't know who that is.
So flip them around so you can see these guys.
Okay.
So
what do you want me to?
Yeah, flip it like that.
Okay.
There you go. Harold Presley. You don't remember Harold Presley?
No.
That'll go in the pile of guys we'll look up on the internet. Because what happened is Chad Daniels did this, and we went through a pack of cards, and there were people watching this that were like, that's my friend's dad.
Oh, really?
And they were like starting to like tag them in it. Harold Presley, hope you're doing all right. He played for the Sacramento Kings for 3 seasons.
All right. I don't get this segment, but here we go. Greg Anderson, I don't know who that is.
You know what? It's all about editing. You don't know this guy. Greg Anderson, look at this guy.
And I hope that these guys won't be offended that I don't know who they are.
No, I like it. I want to know. Now, do you know who this guy is?
Ron Harper sounds vaguely familiar.
He's big. Ron Harper had a huge career.
Okay.
This is actually a big card.
I did watch the documentary about the
it's a different Ron Harper.
The ref who they accused of rigging games. Or,
but...
I like a sports documentary.
Yeah, you like a good news piece about sports.
Yeah. Moses Malone I've heard of.
You know that guy.
John Long, I don't know if I've heard of him.
John Long? I don't know. Some of these do sound like great porn names. This guy played forever. This guy played 78 to 88, 10 years in the league. From Romulus, Michigan. Played for the Detroit, too. Hometown kid.
Trent Tucker. I don't know who that is.
So what's funny is when you don't know some of these people.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be the extra.
Yeah, I don't quite. What's going on in this segment?
This isn't part of the main podcast. This is like extra footage.
Okay.
This is for people on
Saturdays.
Saturdays.
So you're paying me $1,000 for this?
Yeah, I'm paying you $2,000 for the extra. It'd be funny if I paid people to be here. I'd be broke. I'd make no money off this podcast.
I wasn't trying to passive aggressively get money.
No, I get it. Guys, you guys saw Todd Barry hold me up for cash on this podcast.
It's a shakedown.
The Todd Barry shakedown.
I used to hear, there's a comedian who I'm not going to mention his name, who I think used to call clubs like 3 days before.
And say, okay.
I need more money.
No.
Yeah.
When we go off air, will you tell me who it is?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm excited. Trent Tucker, he's a New York Knick. So what's funny about this, you're talking about sports fandom, right?
Yeah.
We're just going through these cards. I'm seeing who you know and who you don't.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I really don't. It's just fun to open these cards. There are people that are watching this that will get very upset if I go like Trent Tucker. And they'll be like, that guy fucking scored 26 points a game in 1990. And you're like, fucking, I don't know.
Isaiah Thomas, I know who that is.
There you go. Put him in the cards of people you know.
Otis.
So far, you know Irvin Johnson, Moses Malone, and Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, it's like if you knew about comedy, you're like, I know Bob Hope and Robin Williams and Richard
Dane
Pryor.
Cook. Yeah. I know a couple of the big ones.
Otis Smith. I don't know if I've heard of him or not.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, it's a great name.
Otis Smith is a good name. He only played, this was his 4th season. Played for the Nuggets and the Warriors. And this is him on the Magic, the Upstart Magic. Expansion team. Holding on to this one.
All right.
That's a big one.
Frank Burkowski.
Sounds made up.
Yeah, it sounds like a sitcom name.
Frank Burkowski sounds like a detective that fucking killed a kid. There he is. Center forward, too. That guy's 6'10". Don't fuck with him. 3rd round pick out of Penn State.
John Stockton, don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is?
I don't think so.
He is a Hall of Fame, this is his all-star game, Hall of Fame point guard, doesn't believe in COVID.
Oh, okay.
He's like a big anti-vaxxer
He's
guy.
probably one of the guys who left
It's always fun to see who's famous and who goes a little nuts in the end.
But you put him in the, I know.
You know what? I'm sorry about that. I'm going to put it down in the pile.
Do this right. Dave Hoppin, I don't know who that is.
Dave Hoppin sounds like a manager. Looks like a manager. He looks like a guy that he comes up to you after a set and he goes, you ever thought about writing a sitcom about that joke?
Oh, I got was Del Harris. I don't know who that is.
So do you know who Del Harris is?
No.
That's a coach. Never mind. Look at this guy.
Yeah, that's clearly a coach.
Oh, I thought it was Del Curry. I was about to be like, you know who he is. He's the dad of, Del Harris for the
Patrick
Bucks.
Ewing, I have someone else's funny story about Patrick Ewing.
Let it out,
You know
dude.
Mike Sweeney?
Yeah.
Do you?
I've met him.
Yeah. He was...
I don't, we're not friends, but I know who Mike Sweeney is.
He was walking in, Midtown area, and Patrick Ewing pulls up and goes, do you know where 8th Avenue is?
Yeah.
Which is where Madison Square Garden
That's
is.
very
and
funny.
Sweeney's like, you don't know where 8th Avenue
That's
is?
really funny. He goes, no. Shut up. I get driven there.
Yeah,
you don't know where 8th
It's
Avenue
just
is.
what a surreal thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Patrick Ewing?
can I get directions to Madison Square Garden?
Billy Joel pulling over
Right.
going, hey, how do you get to the garden? You go,
Sounds
you have a
pretty funny.
residency there. We'll put it in the card of people you know.
Moreland Wiley? I don't know that name.
Sounds like a cool name,
That
though.
is a cool name.
This is
Moreland's
what
a cool name.
You go through these and you go, man, people had cooler names back in the day.
Yeah, I've never heard the name Moreland.
So that's it. And that's the whole card.
Yeah.
And that's basketball cards with Todd Barry.
Wow.
What a fun segment.
I bet I was the most fun you've ever had with that segment.
Oh, my God. I don't even know how we're going to edit it. 0 edits
Here's how you
needed.
can edit by cutting it out.
Yeah. Dude, I appreciate you coming and hanging out.
We're done?
Yeah. Domestic short hair is the special on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. It is. Man, I watched it and I was like, I watch the specials and I'm always like, it's going to be pretty good. I usually enjoy it, but those fucking jokes are so tight.
Thank you.
And it's so funny. Like I said, the Italian dressing joke really made me laugh hard.
Thank you.
Moreland Wiley's a big fan of yours. I don't know if you know that. Him and I heard John Long's coming out to a couple shows. ToddBerry.com.
Yeah, and I'm on tour, so check that out.
Live. Go
We
see
didn't talk
Todd
about
live.
crowd work at all. Holy shit.
Well, yeah. Everyone talks about crowd work.
Yeah, you're right. We don't have to talk about it.
And without Todd Barry, there's no Matt Rife. Remember that.
Yeah.
He laid the scene. You remember Alt General Todd Barry? You remember the Commodore of the Alt scene, as Todd says off air? It would be fun. I'm going to make it seem like you pushed that we talked about it. He said he would only come on here if we talked about the alt
Don't
scene.
refer to me as an alt comic. I just that's one thing I ask is I need to be referred to as an alt.
My favorite, obviously, appearance of yours in anything was Bob's Burger as the cow.
Oh, Melissa, yeah.
I loved that. I was very high in my apartment in Queens watching Bob's Burgers, and I went, that's Todd Barry.
You could try watching it not high, maybe.
Nah, I'm good. Also, Delocated.
Yeah.
That show is that was my shit.
Yeah.
I loved Delocated. And the whole introduction of Eugene Merman and you, and his brother being the badass Russian mobster that hated you.
Yeah.
Was that guy cool?
Who?
The guy that played the Russian mobster?
Yeah. He was really
Yeah,
cool.
that was fun.
Yeah.
I loved that. I fucking love. Is that streaming anywhere?
I get residuals, so I think it is.
Dude, I'm looking up. Delocated was so goddamn funny.
Thank you.
I just remember the
I
episode.
take full responsibility for you enjoying that show.
Yeah, when John's character goes through the sandwiches because he's trying to get the punch card of the 10th sandwich, might be one of my favorite episodes of anything I've ever watched. You rule, Todd. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, dude.